26th of February 2014. To attain Nelson Mandela's wish. My gift is to involve everyone to communicate coherently, to fix all our problems worldwide on one recognised communication system. Folks, right now, let me show you how we can attain Nelson Mandela's wish. My name is Belinda Rankin. Like the visionary true heart of Nelson Mandela, inspired and full pursuit, after 24 years of dedication, I've learned that it is easier than we now think. I've learned how to solve all our economic and environmental problems worldwide, and what will fix our social and ecological concerns harmoniously in peace. Arriving here is no simple thing, so I'll read to you to be sure everything is said. There are many details I have to leave out to say it simply, but the main idea, the solution I have to impress upon you all worldwide, is for all of you to help me to make this one recognised communication system now. Having one official place to all recognise our say is the solution, because our thoughts are invisible and everyone's unique experiences are valuable to get it right. In effect, the solution is to place your private, unimposing, honest say on this one recognised communication system that people will recognise as our system to develop and organise solutions with. It is important that everyone is involved with making the solutions, that everyone is responsible for getting our own area right, because the problems affect us all differently in different and unforeseeable ways, which the individual people it affects can only know. The idea is to program this one single website to be able to communicate as a team, to put our heads together quickly in one place effectively and efficiently. For every individual to be able to access it and in each area globally for free. This one recognised communication system is made up of 8 primary ideas or tools, which are the primary foundation of the solution to communicate with. The tools are 1. Your recognised communication system, to have your say, importantly, to organise all the requirements, play and sound laws in each area. 2. The water convoy system, to have your say, to organise the water. 3. The brain education collaboration system, to have your say to collaborate education. 4. The digital payment response system, say to have digital payment response dollars to kickstart the requirements we said. 5. Seed communication system and seed labs, say to develop seed uses and knowledge socially. 6. The friendship connection system, say to create friendships, gather skills and memorable experiences throughout life. 7 and 8, land and sea life, have your say to organise the land and sea life, space, conditions and population stability worldwide in peace. For each small suburb-sized area, country, town or remote areas people, to have your individual say recognised in your area worldwide, simply by first all recognising this one recognised communication system as our system. Recognised similar to the way we all recognise money today, to officially recognise what everyone says. Structure always determines function. Our thoughts and these tools represent the primary structure, but money and this one recognised communication system are secondary structures outside of us. But the one recognised communication system is different to money in that it allows us to attain clarity of direction for each of us, to carry out the seamless teamwork needed to reach our objectives properly before we apply money and effort, so it is no longer wasted or untimely. But we have never had and still don't have the ability to communicate coherently just yet. But together, we can make this one recognised communication system to do it now. The 8 primary ideas are each detailed communication systems I have put in short on the paper you can see to map the concept plan. They are our tools for each person to use independently. Once I explain each of the primary ideas, you will understand more about how the system works, with your private unimposing say. I will detail the 8 ideas shortly after I secure the main ideas to make this system happen. The one recognised communication system as a leading entity works alongside to improve the current economic and political systems globally, to quickly improve our system efficiently and effectively in the shortest possible time. With this one recognised communication system, we will be able to communicate with everyone all together worldwide, but more specifically in each small area with the telephone, internet, or even by post. With the vast matching and accounting ability of computer programs today, it is possible to juggle a mind-boggling number of balls at once and have one recognised communication system programmed to make coherent communication possible. Because between us now, to discuss and arrive at solutions unlike before this time. Just like before money, we use shells, salt and the whip. Folks, only now is coherent communication possible, to have a peaceful meeting of the minds, which we so need to solve all our problems worldwide as a team together. This is not about if this system will work or not. This is about, do you want to have your say recognised officially, confidentially, or do you want to just keep getting told what happens in your society by a few people, as you pointlessly complain at your own expense, anguished by the ignorance, as good as it possibly is. To make such a system like this work, when this one recognised communication system is made, to get everyone started until it is properly established, as your communication guide, I will show everyone worldwide how easy it is to use with the telephone and other forms of communication. I will raise focused discussions and show everyone how to communicate the various levels of ability and interest. Otherwise, we will only have made a communication system to miscommunicate a lot faster. I will guide you unbiasedly by creating a weekly TV show involving all the world's people of all ages in the focused discussions, to bring everyone up to speed with one interactive TV show. The TV show would extend to reach all by telephone, radio, newspaper and internet on this one recognised communication system site, where you can also communicate your say about the particular issues, questions you can organise to receive by phone. Initially, I will have to show everyone hands-on how to use it, followed by opening specific rounding isolated issues to get through all the built-up concerns in the shortest amount of time with you all. Resolving the present issues, and by so doing, clarify the best communication path to resolve future problems. This program has to be more advanced than simple yes or no answers to make sense of it all simply without a fuss, properly. It's a new concept, but not having this one recognised communication system's tools to use is why people, no matter how rich, wise or powerful, have not been able to solve all our problems before. Achieving coherent communication is imperative to our success. Presently, short slogans inform of an entire country of individuals' viewpoint, which is a narrow and misleading viewpoint at best. Yes, we do have communication systems, but nothing yet that we can all focus on any one issue at any one time on, to be able to clarify and solve our individual and collective problems properly together. The fact is, we have problems and we have to develop a way to talk about them that will help us to clearly solve them in peace. Although leadership is important, we can only say who says on one day, once every 3 years. But these few people have no way possible to know everything they need to make the right decisions for us all, because we cannot all talk all at once together on any one subject issue, like the computer allows us to do now with advanced programming techniques, to have our specific say included about what happens without a major fuss. Referendums are also narrow in scope as well, lacking the ability to say. People feel so uninvolved with what we're trying to achieve as a society that many don't even know what this issue is about that we're holding a referendum for. Thus, personal irresponsibility is rampant worldwide with the adage, "It's not my job," when life's well-being is everyone's job, everyone's responsibility. After many years of research and daily focused thought, I have found that making this one recognised communication system is critical to enable us to solve all our problems in harmony, for us to be able to do it efficiently and effectively, peacefully. I also want to note explicitly, this will not, nor should it ever, involve any one person being computer chipped or coded. It is extremely wrong, if not very dangerous, and it defeats the whole purpose of doing this altogether. This is fact, not science fiction. I have thought at length of ways to prevent any problems the one recognised communication system may create, and we'll build them into this system. Or we can apply them later if we find more with your say. For example, change is constant. With the one recognised communication system, as your understanding changes, or as we learn new things and reach milestones, it is simply the case of changing your accounted say, your private unimposing honest say, or previous answer, to change and attain your personal or united new goals. Unlike before this time, with this system made, each person will be able to solve our individual and collective problems with speed and accuracy. For example, there are several ways people are encouraged to individually use this one recognised communication system as soon as it is made to help attain your personal goals that will also help improve everything quickly. Even though it does not get the focused attention of the isolated TV talks, and a part of the water and the friendship ideas, people can begin immediately, without even making this one recognised communication system at all. But to feel Nelson Mandela smile on us, you need to all know now, however, that we can and will only attain Nelson Mandela's wish if and only if everyone all together, all at once, actually does take the small but critical time and effort needed to care enough to contribute $5 per head to get a budget of $35 billion Australian dollars to enable us the money to pay people to do all the work necessary, and there is a lot of it, to make this one recognised communication system now, by no later than the 30th of April 2014, to start making one recognised communication system in May 14, so it is not governed by any wealthy ruler or individual with the aptitude to make and price it to work for a select few. You can only contribute to a Goal Saver bank account I've opened just for this one recognised communication system, because that is all I can afford to offer you following the many long years of unpaid work needed to understand and create this. Here are the details, please write them down. It is Belinda Elizabeth Rankin, B. Rankin. It is Commonwealth Bank account number 10048797, BSB 062643. And I will be more than tickled by your enthusiasm. I will not allow my present position or people's insecurities to defeat me from trying to do this for us all worldwide. Nor will I be held up because people have not done the work to know how to establish this with the speed required. Use these details to make your contribution, and I will let you know how we went early May on a follow-up YouTube. I've done the hard work. I need you all to help me just a little bit now by translating to let everyone know about this in all the different languages before the end of April 2014. Everyone has to know, similar to the way we all knew about the war in Iraq, because this peaceful and easily attainable solution is by far more important to life than any war. I have to captain this now with your help or not at all. I have to turn the page. What will it say? I can't wait to see if you do make it happen. It's been such a huge effort. I'd like to not care anymore, but something won't let me quit until I let everyone know what the solution is and give you all a chance to create it. Even with the 2 years to make this one recognised communication system, it will only take less than 10 years to put things right. By 2024, I expect. In 10 short years, we can rejuvenate the planet and re-enhance people's lives for the first time in history by communicating to gain the ability to know and attain what each individual would like to do now and early in life, and do so in such a way as to meet all the requirements for all the people and life in each area worldwide. My next venture may take many years to see. Highly focused, once I start it, I won't want to be interrupted. Like George Washington, I prefer a private life, but only for this do I see the point that I will at all be tempted to go public. So it is now or never as far as I see it. Do this one simple thing now and you will have a solution on the way, right now. It's as simple as that. Let everyone know right now what to do if you want to solve all our problems in each area worldwide, according to the individual people in each area's wish. Of course, I will have to pay myself a fractal of this money as my own to do it. A fractal being 0.618% of the 35 billion to make it possible to do 4 things. To live while I organise to make these 8 primary systems in the One Recognised Communication System website, to make the TV communication show, to demonstrate the seed lab I speak about in the 5th primary system, and to support other people to make seed labs in each area worldwide. It is important to be mindful and note here also that many people with families are not paid $5 a week, while others are paid a great deal more. And many people are deprived of liberty over current issues with money or behind money. And we really need these people also to be involved in the One Recognised Communication System to get the right answers for everyone. So regardless of what you contribute, be it 50 cents or $1 million, the fact that you contribute what you can says yes to make this One Recognised Communication System for everyone now. But it will be worth by far more to each of us and clear the way for future children to attain work, skills and personal involvement as an important part of society. That's all as far as what everyone has to do now by the end of April 2014 to be able to solve all our problems in each area worldwide in the near future. The last 24 years' effort have only been powered by my personal care and will to try. I take it as my responsibility to at the very least, find out how we can fix our problems. I am quiet and gentle and level-headed, but when I decide it's important, loyally I persist. Strengthened by being raised on a large cattle station in Australia, you can thank my wonderful parents for instilling in me the courage to stick at it long enough to be completely certain that the primary structure of this One Recognised Communication System is 100% correct. Now let's get into the ideas and details behind how this works. The first primary idea is one of the most important because it is where we do the majority of organising for all the requirements of work, play and laws in your area. I call it your recognised communication system to distinguish it from the One Recognised Communication System. But remember, your private, unimposing, honest say applies to all 8 systems. Each is very important to attain coherent communication, so I will define the reason for each one first. Private, to privately say within time, in your own time, anywhere, any way that's private for you, only what you think about a subject issue, and only what only you personally would like to see happen. The idea is to have no contest to what you think, but to see what everyone thinks by doing so, and not be singled out or ignored if you're the only one who thinks so. This wisely encourages each of us to take responsibility for our area, to learn about and understand and think about the individual issues seriously, quietly ourselves, to be able to resolve our problems as you personally see it and why. Each person is naturally equipped with a private brain to think for ourselves. Let's use it. To assure this, self-supporting private facilities would need to be available in public. Available in public is required in each area to use with unbiased assistance if at all required. Unimposing is equally important, or else good and sensible people who do not love disputation will probably leave us undisturbed in possession of our errors. When in fact we wish information and improvement from the knowledge of all people, each to his own, because everyone has something that is critically important that another does not know or cannot know, because they have not had that direct experience or ability to see it from that angle. Only by us individually taking the time to say, unimposingly, can we at all hope to resolve our issues properly and learn from everyone's experiences. This is in part Benjamin Franklin's insight also in his autobiography. Honesty is important because personal control and direction of one's own life, with and without others, is critically important for the well-being of each person's brain's health and proper function. To be able to develop an inspired population with shrewd gratitude that appreciates and loyally creates the environments that build trustworthy charactership and wholesome attitudes. I'm not sure that makes sense. Private, unimposing honesty gives us the ability to attain a complete perspective to work from peacefully that benefits everyone's physiology and also uses and allows us to grow in understandings. I always want to read that again. Hold on. Honesty is important because personal control and direction of one's own life, with and without others, is critically important to the well-being of each person's brain's health and proper function. To be able to develop an inspired population with shrewd gratitude that appreciates and loyally creates the environments that build trustworthy charactership and wholesome attitudes. Private unimposing honesty gives us the ability to attain a complete perspective, to work from peacefully, that benefits everyone's physiology and allows us to grow in understandings. This over time will make it possible to achieve stabilising mutual respect for one another, with each person being in full awareness of how you arrived with the knowledge, personal ideas and landmark beliefs which influence your own thoughts over time, and how different influences would diversely apply to others in the same and different areas without contest valid. Why say? Because silence is the root cause of our problems now. Saying gives us the ability to connect and communicate constructively on subject matter important to us positively, unimposingly, politely and successfully, the right people, to truly say only the outcomes you really do want to achieve or think without a fragment of fear, and state it frank, respectful and privately. Only your private, unimposing, honest say is required with all 8 primary tools. You will be able to make your identity either exclusively or partially confidential at will, on this one recognised communication system for your complete privacy, and also at the same time to have the ability to connect with others more personally when you'd like to. Your recognised communication system is where we each do 4 main things in life. Most importantly, it is where you have your say to organise to attain all the requirements needed in your small suburb-sized area. I'll just read that again. Your recognised communication system is where we each do 4 main things in life. Most importantly, it is where you have your say to organise to attain all the requirements needed in your small suburb-sized area, country town or remote area worldwide. It is where you say what work and play interest you would like to be involved with, that will encourage your inner fulfillment and reach your goals. So we can associate 1 and 2 to organise the requirements, skills, work and play in each area worldwide. It is where we open 3. It is where we open important issues to discuss and get answers to suit each person in each area worldwide. For example, the issue everyone loves: pay rates, the cost of living, the cost of production. But only this way will we sensibly get to the bottom of these and other issues. Lastly, your recognised communication system is where we establish the groundwork to attain well-reasoned, sound laws and to suit all the people in each area worldwide, especially to attain the requirements admirably and peacefully in each area. This is so we no longer need to transport great distances to work, and people can create the right conditions in each area for the people in that area. So people can be content in every area and have no reason to remain cooped up in cities to get work and skills. Most importantly, so we have no need to protest or even war anymore. And so we have no need to lack work, no reason to lack skills, education, recreation or involvement that truly interests us to develop and advance peaceful and exciting lifestyles we individually admire for everyone by communicating and being involved as an important part of society. So we can attain economic and harmonious population stability and peace, making it possible to comfortably reduce our population with awareness and personal fulfillment over the next 200 years without need of any drastic measures. Well, we have learnt political or belief-based strategic, economic and physical warfare leaders and individuals should have more sense not to do. Fighting increases hatred and disgust and cuts off communication with a long stench of permanency of hideous things we cannot undo. However romantic the battle or important the cause, fighting can only subdue the will, but it cannot solve the issues like willing communication has to do in the end, to nut out a beneficial resolve for us all. Each year, the actual meaning honoured behind the Anzac Remembrance Day, importantly, is set to remind us of this wisdom. Diggers will tell you adamantly, it is there to remember why not to fight, above all else to learn how not to fight amongst ourselves, the people. Only with one recognised communication system can we get a true gauge on what every person thinks, learn from it and specifically solve our problems peacefully, with truth, openly and grow in our understandings. I'll speak more about attaining population stability in primary systems 7 and 8, and although we need to reverse numbers now, I feel immense gratitude to have the population with their diverse interests and abilities to do all the different types of work for everyone's enjoyment. We just need to organise a better plan now, and we can, with your say on your recognised communication system, to model the results for everyone, to get a great perspective to work from, to plan and organise ourselves best, and get a real plan with your say. Before I go on to the second idea, recognised money is actually a product made from the Earth's resources, and is good to encourage everyone to do the work, to have a way for individuals to produce and attain access to a diverse variety of goods and services in random silence. But it is silence not money, that is really working against us all. It is not money but the mind we need to get organised to actually plan and carry out the work we need done. Money, although it has merit, can still be applied for the good of it. Like the coming out of the Dark Ages with electricity, we will not change anything with the speed and precision we all need until we all do communicate with one recognised communication system. The idea with the one recognised communication system is to establish a few models given your say before we decide, so we can map how things could work out, where practical, before we jump into doing them. You may want to change your view to make an adjustment to a model given the outcome or understanding from it. So in a short time, we can agree on and attain the best way for each area's individual people by communicating. For us all to develop and for us all to provide, attain and adjust the results with feedback. For each of us to take some personal responsibility to help design your area initially to work from, so we know it will work for everyone to the capacity required by each of us in your area worldwide. The water convoy system. The water convoy system is a big idea that will make a tremendous difference to secure our environments. It involves digging small deep dams every walking distance worldwide in appropriate places as landowners organise. Part of the 35 billion will assist with the digging. In the one recognised communication system, it is the water convoy system is a communication system to back up organising the water, to have your say, to positively attain the widespread fresh water and map our progress. Imagine with these widespread small deep dams every walking distance, if we could organise to connect up the small deep dams and use the natural land gradients of farm to gravity feed water, to add to the electricity reserve or even pump water if need be, to remove water from flooding areas to dry areas at the flick of a switch. We often hear of an area flooding to the point of wipe-out destruction while another is perishing to death. This is going to keep happening until we create a plan to use it to our advantage. 71% of the world is seawater, with fresh water about three quarters of the world is water. There is no shortage of water. There is only shortage of organisation of the water. The massive sea is only sea because we have not yet a plan to store more fresh water on land where it is needed, and the sea has also proven to be a sleeping giant that can strike out an area any time. We have the machinery, the manpower, the land and even the water. We just don't have any plan of attack to organise the fresh water needed to solve our problems together. For it is well-placed fresh water that is the main limiting factor to our present and future success. Geological evidence of the past climate cycles like we are now in, seen seawater previously flood large areas of land, inland Australia and other worldly low-lying areas, and could do so again in an instant, and won't do anyone in the way. The large and deep volcano Yellowstone in America is also near its 650,000 year cycle to blow. There are many uniquely populated low-lying areas around the world, and we should do something now while we still can. With deforestation, the temperature and sea level rising, however fractionally, it's terribly hot in some places. Slowed by the ice contracting as it melts, filling the sea. Naturally, with eroding sediment washing from the land to the sea, from taking land clearing, we are destined to lose land anyway. But by digging small deep dams every walking distance, we could use land in such a way as to help us all to attain to keep our land and secure life in the long-term future. Around each small dam area will secure vegetation to hold the soil and grow food. Galahs recently in Australia crowded a town for water, and many wild animals around the world are forced to compete for water and food in towns, cities and on farms to survive, and often come off second best. There is also tranquility to an environment that houses water. I think it's not hard to know where you personally prefer to stand on a hot day, given the choice of being on hot bare dirt, on the grass or under a tree. Air conditioning is not on the menu for other life we depend on, especially in heat where your shoes melt, summertime in Northern Territory of Australia. The organisation of water is urgent in heat-laden areas. Vast areas of rich land worldwide grows little from lack of water, but are quickly highly productive with water. The fact that we need to be impressed by with plants that only this fresh water can secure worldwide is that plants collectively absorb the heat energy and help globally to stabilise vicious weather. Like a buffer, plants act to cool the environment in hot areas and warm our environment in cold areas. Covering the soil with vegetation is important. Plants are our living opposites and live off us and other animal waste. Plants live off our pollution and use of them. Plants stop erosion filling the sea and act to buffer and stabilise our environments and provide food, medicine, warmth and shelter for us and all other life on Earth. There has to be a much higher ratio of plants to support animal life. There is plenty of room to grow plants if we can only organise the small deep dams of fresh water to support them all over the globe, every walking distance. Then people, plants and life itself will be well supported with fresh water, and I suspect it will only make an appropriate difference to the sea level, but ultimately will secure our environment into the long-term future, distant future. Today we experience wipeout flood damage because the water has nowhere to go. We experience salinity, erosion, pollution. Life equally suffers horribly during long droughts, starving to death because we don't store enough water on land. Big dams are too destructive, but I found digging small deep dams every walking distance worldwide in appropriate places would see us store water in such a way worldwide as to create a widespread stable environment, even in areas where evaporation rates are high now. When there is enough small deep dams made, it will make an enormous difference to those areas too. It will take longer in very hot areas to reap the rewards, but it will happen if we make a way to secure more water for longer in these areas. Eventually the conditions will change and encourage regular rainfall with heavier dew and heavier dew falls around the dams. In time it will improve the environment as more life is able to get a foothold. High evaporation areas is where the water is needed most to stabilise plant life, to bring about the environmental change and stability and establish more evenly spread rainfall, which this much needed water and the plants it grows helps to bring about. The small deep dams every walking distance worldwide help stabilise temperatures, reduce vicious weather and reduce the sea level and salinity by placing the dams like this everywhere worldwide to be filled before the water runs off to the sea. Can you imagine it? Small deep dams every walking distance will also help restore the water table with slow release water that seeps from these dams in each area over time. Around each dam area, a heavy dew would fall to secure widespread vegetation. Drip-fed irrigation from the dams will help to grow food and rejuvenate the land cover to cool the environment. Well-placed fire breaks could be engineered or organised so to help direct the winds to be less destructive as well. The whole dynamics of small deep dams every walking distance collectively will work to cool the environment by absorbing and storing the heat energy in plants to support the food bowl for all life into the long and distant future. But it requires digging the dams, leadership support and willingness on landowners' parts to achieve it now. Growing up on the land, I've seen so many animals perish in the long, relentless droughts. I know what it means to them and every one of us to stabilise temperatures, to be able to get a drink and have nourishing food to eat. Please take pity on the large variety of animals around your home that don't have water or on tap. Place a bowl of clean drinking water out for them and consider their size and safety. Organisation of the water is essential to make highly productive our worldly land. Please dig small deep dams every walking distance now and take steps to organise the water. This is urgent preparation. Think about it. Okay, time for a break. We are more than halfway there. We'll finish with, when I come back we'll finish number 3 to 8 next. To attain Nelson Mandela's wish, part 2. The third idea or primary system I call the Brain Education Collaboration System. The Brain Education Collaboration Communication System has 4 main goals. A, to be able to publish, collaborate, store and retrieve information on any subject at every level, because what slows people's understanding is the cost to publish and get information. Therefore, a lot of valuable information is never made available, such as research like I did here for example, and so much more, like medical knowledge, so doctors and people have the full scope of information to make well-informed decisions. Many professionals and everyday people are compromised because our view is narrowed by not having all the information available to us, or in such a way that we can understand it. For example, the brain has simple triggers that make it work, which is easy for even a child to understand. But the knowledge is largely squandered with status-born, difficult names written in Latin, which people could otherwise benefit by being shown in an entertaining way, the school show, or at least have the information available to them on this brain education collaboration system, so people understand the value of what we eat, what we and other life do and think throughout our lives. Decoding the brain for everyone to be able to understand ourselves is the second goal of the Brain Education Collaboration System. The third goal is to allow any person who chooses to be educated in any field with reference proof of what we learn, so anyone can attain a skilled qualification if you choose to do that work and be recognised for it. Lastly, the Brain Education Collaboration System is to increase the educational awareness throughout the world's population and no longer cloud it with the dollar. This does not take away from the present institutions that people prefer to attend. It just makes it possible for everyone to have the information at hand to make wiser decisions. Our present system discourages education because individually we have to make money from selling our intellectual work and skilling others, which largely prevents society from being broadly educated. And education is one of the main key requirements to attain population stability harmoniously and attain inner fulfillment. In summary, on the brain education collaboration system, we publish, store, collaborate, simplify info, learn about the brain, get educated, and recognise for our education efforts as you do it. To grow our ability and awareness throughout the populations, to work towards achieving inner fulfillment and population stability, most importantly. The fourth system is called the Digital Payment Response System. The Digital Payment Response System is an accounting communication system to enlighten a greater understanding and support the true supply and real demand of the people and life in each area to make things possible that need doing in our areas, which clearly are impossible now. It provides automated money to assist people to carry out the agreed plans, achieved with everyone's say on your recognised communication system and the other primary systems sensibly to attain the requirements in the different areas. It is kickstart money to get the work that is needed done, to get everyone involved in being a valued part of society for everyone's benefit, to encourage a self-supporting, steady state of dollar flow in each area. There is much to talk about before we get to this point that will influence how this works with your say. It could, for example, make it possible for people to get paid for resources, work and training that is not likely now that we would like to do in our area to produce the true requirements of each area conscientiously. The Digital Payment Response System could allow us to do timely, fairly paid work, productive work that we are interested in doing or experiencing or will do given the need which needs doing, rather than people or charities seeking charity or social support when we cannot arrange work or the right weather to get relief for people and livestock, as we have no choice but to do today, while much life perishes and valuable ability and resources are rendered useless unnecessarily. In fact, this system could potentially, with your say on your recognised communication system, make the need of all the charities, research and unemployment or various support-seeking aid obsolete worldwide, because we make a way, because it is part of the work that is needed to take place and takes time. It is a bit of communicating to get to this point, but people willing, it can be done with the system. What we each desire to get with the money is the incentive to do the work individually. Yes, this money, with its great many variables, is supposed to equal the demand and supply, but this is detrimentally false and has proven so. The goal we all need to remember is to organise to get all the work done that we find required, or at least all the work that is possible for us to all practically do with adequate rest and relaxation, to be able to all have things that we each require and inspire us and life's well-being in each area. The goal is not the money itself like it is now. The value of the digital payment response system is so that in the future nothing is neither over or underproduced, fouled or polluted, nor left irresponsibly undone, because we are aware of the people and life's requirements in each area, but to do so requires coherent communication to organise it properly for each area in one place, networked worldwide with the money to kickstart it off with a digital payment response system, accounting and maintaining the people's desire to do the work because it is paid and we enjoy doing that those kinds of work and wish to excel in it personally for one another, with the results being that we each achieve our goal environment to nurture well-being by the lifestyles and personal fulfillment of each person, to encourage that well-being and natural decline and stability of our population willingly. It is largely projected that everything is about competition for space and resources, even status, but really this is a very narrow view of a much, much bigger picture. Excuse me. On the large scale, it is really about intercooperation. It is really about intercooperation than what is simply perceived as straight-out competition. Otherwise, we will not care to help other plants, animals or people, but we do. It is really about give, take and share to achieve balanced stability, or explode in many different ways, including populating, to achieve it. Life gives to care, takes to help, and shares to compete. I'd like to say more about this, but my point is life can best regain stability with the wisdom of intercooperation by recognising the importance of mutual respect for life outside of us individually, which this system is all about achieving. You may have noticed 1 in 4 work together as economic solutions, 2 in 5 solve environmental problems, whereas 3 in 6 solve social issues, and 7 in 8 ecological concerns directly. But in many ways, they all intercooperate to each solve all our problems 8 ways as one recognised communication system. All 8 primary systems are broad enough to touch all bases and work to solve all the economic, social, environmental and ecological issues from all the different angles, like we individually can. The seed communication system is the 5th primary system. There are 2 separate ideas here. One is the seed communication system, the other is the seed lab, which works together separately. The seed lab I will have to personally demonstrate, but this will depend on the time and money available. I could do this in simple form, or as I hope for others to copy and advance on. Seed is nature's mega chemical factory to support and also be supported by all life on Earth. The active and stable chemical combinations within plants, especially their seed, is by far more efficient and diverse than we have yet managed to understand, and we need to, because seeds are the foundation of all life on Earth. No seed equals no life. The main idea of the seed communication system and the seed lab is to involve everyone in my pursuit to find out what is inside the seed, the different seeds. The seed communication system will allow us to record in advance on our knowledge on the one recognised communication system about the uses of seed, where everyone can add to and access this information for generations to come. To attain greater understanding of seed and to establish who and where requires seed by involving everyone in the endeavour to collect, care and take an interest in, to discover uses of seed, as well to request and attain seed and build friendships through the adventure. Think how this could work with the small deep dams, for example. The communication system, the seed communication system, is a place to record your findings so others can describe a seed and more easily find information all about it and its uses, or add to it if they find more information or even conflicting findings to look further into. The seed communication system makes it possible to collect and pass on seed to people with small deep dams, farmers, gardeners and interested people that request seed, which passes through your household or is found in your local area, and maybe enjoy some of the produce like you would an unguaranteed investment that could really pay off with the development of endearing friendships. Some people may offer seed for dollars, some may just want to help out and take part in the great interest to find out more about seed. 24 years ago, I became fascinated by what could possibly be inside the seed. The adventure and exploration of seed was so exciting to me. It set my mind thinking, and I became deeply interested to understand how to fix our economic system properly to try and establish the right foundation for people, not only to solve our problems for our children's sake, but to hopefully work to preserve the growth and diversity of plant species, to keep our ability to find out what is inside the seed. Interestingly, what is inside the seed is also complex and invisible, like each of our thoughts. When I have completed this presentation on the One Recognised Communication System's 8 ideas, I consider I can have done as much as I can to achieve this now. It can either sit dormant for someone else to take the reins, or I will guide us to do it properly now. Either way, my long-held dreams to demonstrate the seed lab that is nothing like seed labs we have today, or anything else in the world. Ultimately, to find out what is inside the seed. The seed lab is a mixture of simple and advanced ideas that is a long talk on its own. This seed lab is socially involving and a relaxing, self-supporting, very educational, entertaining, career-building, socialising business that people really enjoy being a part of and visiting locally or while on tour, with a pleasant, inspiring social atmosphere, unique surroundings and facilities, where people know they will find something interesting to do all day. One of the many ideas is to encourage and inspire people of all age groups to be involved socially in their area worldwide in the collection, distribution, exploration, use of, as well as in growing seed, which ties back into the seed communication system. My goal is to spread the seed lab idea to help encourage other people to develop seed labs in each area worldwide with their unique variations. And this will be easy once I demonstrate what I mean by this rather complex, homely, spectacular seed lab. There are many exciting new discoveries to be made. For example, imagine if we could use seed as fertilizer, or to restore nutrients and health to different plants, animals and people with seed that we now think, we never think to use now. Seeds are structurally and artistically masterpieces. Finding out what is inside the seed is like finding a cave full of diamonds, as brilliant as our brain's ability. The seed lab would skill people, create employment and interest in the community. The seed lab is many things at one place. It would be a place to attain common and unique seed and learn amazing new things from one another. A place to enjoy on holidays or locally, holding talks, shows and events, and various social groups with a relaxing coffee den and separate tea sleuth, with the most simple and beautiful, wholesome, hearty foods and scenery people can enjoy or create and take part in, that is either very reasonably priced or free in exchange for serving others. So no one misses out on enjoying the best food. It is a place where people can grow and learn to teach how to grow, or teach how to grow, make and preserve food and plants for a percentage of the crop, with an equipped lab that can be used with assistance as required, and much, much more. The seed lab is like the complimentary prize if we don't get enough money to do the One Recognised Communication System. I'm personally more excited by demonstrating the seed lab, but I know it is best to do the One Recognised Communication System first, should you all be willing. The Friendship Connection System is number 6. Friendship is very important to us all. Oh, this is a simple but very effective idea to provide the spontaneity needed right now to initiate friendships worldwide. From now on, I call on every person to show up at your local park in your area on the 1st and 14th of each month from the 4 p.m. till sunset to relax and be social, mix and mingle, play a game, maybe in time arrange to all bring something to have a regular barbecue together. Get to know people in your area and in other areas. Take the time to relax, play together for a few hours, simply as people. Please take the time and stay motivated to take the time to partake in this valuable, relaxing activity now for the well-being and friendship-building ability of one another. Start doing it from now on. With the friendship connection system, talk about and change the time, date or criteria you wish to do. Make alternate times to meet, to make it possible to connect with like-minded people at the times available to you. If not at the park, you could also connect with people with similar or various interests one-on-one with a computer's ability to assist you find people with those interests, abilities or attributes. The friendship connection communication system is not only to develop a way for people to be social in ways we'd like to be, but also exchange skills, activities and complement to help one another of all age groups in ways you'd like to teach, help and inspire one another. So many people, nearly everyone, for example, has things we never use or hardly use or even have the motivation on our own to use alone, which another has no way of attaining, but has a full head of desire and enthusiasm to do it. But with this system, we can find the right person or people that would inspire each other all over again, increasing the enjoyment, ability, skill set and friendship base of all people in each area. So many people will enjoy helping and being involved with others of all different age groups and have no way or reason to connect. But this gives you a real reason and a way to connect. There are so many older people with life skills and experiences, no matter how simple or grand, that would enjoy the company of all different age groups with enthusiasm to learn, help and befriend one another. Older and creative skilled people can be of any type of skill, such as sewing a button on or skiing, for example. Many they may want or need a little help too, and don't mind helping sharpen our youngsters and interested people of all ages, to help to discover and know what we'd like to do early in life and throughout life in all the various fields. And not only build long-term friendships and great memories, but have the ability to build reference proof of the knowledge, of the know-how you have and develop. Reference proof with the friendship. You have developed with the friendship connection system via a recognition form that people can record the hours, time, type of work you experience and reflect on your personal resourcefulness for one another. Be the inspiration for one another. You may have a small or large project that you're doing and need a little help that someone else would like to help you with, to get experience or have something interesting to do, and by so doing, build heart and respectful care for one another into a long-term great friendship that could last a lifetime, or just be a great memory. You have to be willing to be a friend, to have friends. We can do this with associative wording to help find one another, or simply put up an ad and see requests, which can be congruently linked to an easy connection. What we learn each day, especially for the first 10 years of life, personally affect us and sharpen our life's reality. This is when we need to find out what we admire and like to do before puberty sets in. Our children need to be involved in work to gain good work ethics, hands-on knowledge and confidence in themselves, as well as find relief from the present household isolation where no money often means no go anywhere, and sometimes years of boredom that often lead to misadventure and learned helplessness, with each day in front of the TV shock effect misconceptions. Helping youngsters gain broad experiences to know what they admire, want to do constructively in life early is extremely valuable to all and attainable with the system. It is so important and needed to help guide children in the right directions early to steady and reverse our population numbers now. Similar and diverse age groups can associate outside of school and work to meet up for a game or activity as simple as throw the ball or go for a walk. Kids and people of every age group need to gain skills and activities in friendly, caring environments where money is not always the deciding factor. So the friendship connection system is for people to teach each other, help each other, and inspire one another, and importantly, build friendships to find out and have the ability to do what we'd like to be doing in our lives. You could also have your say on the friendship connection system to help organise different social events and activities so numbers or more people can be involved with set times and limits. People want to enjoy taking the time to be shown how to do things with strident interest in the work project and gain skills with hands-on experiences in good spirits to creatively learn and grow with people from experiences, and we can because it is recognised as a way of doing things with the friendship connection system. Therefore, the friendship connection system makes it possible to build skills, confidence and great memories that last a lifetime while you get the work done. There are many people in need of enthusiastic or even patient company. These people often have dormant skills and resources like baking a cake or making a clock, for example, and would be happy and suitable to show interested people about their skills and develop a friendship doing so. This is what the friendship connection system is for, to express a need or interest and be available to connect and enjoy activities with someone. The friendship connection system could even be used to solve small needs. For example, you may need someone on the other side of a table so you can move it, and that someone is on the friendship connection system and just down the road, only too happy to help. With this one recognised communication system operating together with the 8 primary ideas, the very reason people do the wrong thing by others will in time be eliminated by nipping problems in the bud. Nor am I encouraging anyone to throw caution to the wind, but it's like safety is today. We're so bogged down in gear and insurance that we are no longer safe from the non-event and isolation. I have another detailed idea to skill up kids early in life with a random salad of regular experiences until the individual finds what they would like best that involves actual paid work and recognition with what people are interested in doing. To encourage kids' desire to be educated, to self-educate and be self-disciplined. I'll run this by everyone with your recognised communication system. Should we make this one recognised communication system? I'll talk about primary systems 7 and 8 together and finish with the population stability. The life communication system, number 7, are only different in that land life occupies 29% of the world's space and sea life has the other 71% of the world's space. The land life allows us to do communication system, allows us to do several things such as build a solid awareness and establish understanding with people about the land and sea life worldwide. Oh, gee. Okay. To establish much needed awareness about each species. Okay. Each species' space, treatment, living conditions, rights and populations with your say. A living trade model of all the animals and plants, including humans in each area worldwide. To work towards attaining population harmony, for each species of life as a whole. To ultimately establish widespread awareness so everyone can be well informed, starting with humans and working through the different animals and plants we live on and don't live on, so we can better learn about the whole dynamics of life populations together. These communication systems will help provide insight into the work that is needed that people may be interested in doing in their area as well, and a way to discover together what population harmony is and what it would involve, without jumping into rash conclusions to make well-informed decisions. Because no one really knows what the right level of each population is, we only suspect have likes, fears and dislikes, but in general we don't really know. We know more plants are required than animals and less space is needed where certain types of populations integrate instead of have the space for one or a few species only. Both these communication systems offer us all a diverse educational awareness and a way to create inspiring solutions together. The goal being to actively achieve population awareness and greater understandings in life by to help improve the living conditions of the different populations of life. Okay, and to establish how we can better work space and be thoughtful with regards to the living conditions of other animals, plants and human lives. As you can imagine, there are major concerns with extensive talking points, but we have to start to finish. Think about what you would like to see happen, teachers, children and people alike. Many animals live for such a short time, like we used to live half as long. Longer life gives people a huge advantage to learn and could do so for other life. I personally have learned a lot from plants and animals and have a great deal of respect for their intelligence, their difficulties, and their treatment is important to us, conscious-wise and health-wise. Each species has feelings, limitations and advantages due to our physical shape. It is the environments we create with our thoughts that give us the ability to nurture best what we learn to do. Life learns. I see many more types of animals wait and avoid cars on the road today, for example. But this world belongs to every type of life, so not just people need legal rights. I find each life has a unique personality, even though they all look and act similar to type, until you get to know them and how they communicate. It's like different nationalities of people don't easily communicate together because we cannot understand each other's language to establish personal empathy. But because many people cannot understand animals or plants, it appears like they are unfeeling, dumb or ignorant pests, when this is untrue. And think, if I took you from your parents and kept you isolated or in a particular fashion like we do some animals, how smart would you be? Would you appear with your limitations? Or if I killed your baby and took your milk every year, how would you be? Nature has enriched my understandings to know population harmony is possible depending on the environments we create, for us and other life. We can achieve it best with communication to gain deeper clarity. For example, when animals are fed spaced out in a circle, they eat contently because they can pair to watch each other's 360 reaction to reduce concerns. But when they are fed spaced randomly in fear of the unknown, they more often fight. So too, when animals and people have pleasant, interesting lifestyles with various constructive things to do, they are most often relaxed, healthy and enthused. But with the opposite, unembodied kinds of environments, more often being as is with cyclic, harsh, negative thoughts, they are pestilent, bored and withdrawn, seeking but generally too held down in escapist bother and misadventure thoughts to even have enough left within to tidy, clean, learn or feed themselves properly. The mind works to exhaustion to function, which many presume is lazy, but it is the blind spot environments we create with our present system structure, which is an incredible waste of life. With the one recognised communication system, the plan is to get a plan, not simply to send anyone broke in the process, but organising a way to benefit all, by establishing what population stability is and working together to attain it, with these 8 systems in the one recognised communication system. The diversity of life is a bit like a Rubik's Cube to get right, but we can if we try and don't simply give up and say it's too hard. It's not. It's harder to live with this sad carelessness that's creating crime, extinction and overpopulation. The sad part and hard part for people now is because the economic system has effectively made all other life homeless or at our mercy, with a very limited mindset towards other life on earth. But the fact is, every life plays an important part in the greater circle of life and has the right to life, space, and sound conditions and treatment to learn and improve as we do. Population stability. Populating is a natural thing that we can avoid or increase depending on what we learn or don't learn and what we think. You're probably thinking, how does this system reduce human population harmoniously by the need of millions and millions of births a year? Largely it comes with the understanding that people populate because instinctively we individually need to be close to and admire what we build in life. Many presently do not have an outlet or build something they admire in life, which we could do shortly with your say on your recognised communication system. Often we don't find personal fulfilment happens in our working lives either. Many hate their repetitive jobs and don't find it outside of work either, with the present system designed for a few to do well while many do it dreadfully hard. Having a child to love and admire is the main thing left for somewhat in our control to do. Often the more compromised the people, the earlier reproduction starts, and the more we reproduce. Our present system's ways are incomprehensible without fully experiencing it. So many children fall to early parenthood before they truly understand it. But with the round table effect created with the one recognised communication system, we will be able to establish and build what we love in life, personally, peacefully, in harmony with one another, to provide the requirements, the environments, and the good-hearted temperament we so needed ourselves. Importantly, learning a variety of skills before we are 10 years old will greatly help to turn the population tide. Population awareness with the life communication systems create, having the ability to inspire great interest in our work and lifestyles from the cradle to the grave with the one recognised communication system is the solution. To attain what we love and admire to build in life, and like to do each day to help ourselves and others to attain all the requirements in each area worldwide. But the unorganised, harsh reality many experience now encourages population growth and so many other troubles we experience today. But we cannot possibly change this fast enough without your willingness to communicate on one recognised communication system, which we have to make first. If you help to do this now, then people will develop the awareness and be able to create sound environments and have many more personally gratifying, better things to do without time, and will want to populate less and later, naturally of our own accord. If I have learnt anything from my dad, it is that nothing needs to be forced. If you find the right way, it just fits. Folks, I can only inspire people to be motivated to act. We can only inspire people to be motivated to act. Inspiration involves thinking and deep feelings, and when thinking changes positively, it starts to reflect in behaviour, which is more lasting and permanent. What I'm asking you to do is to all rise as the guardians of the world. Will you state your name with me, wherever you may be? Belinda. Will you watch over the children and guard them with all your communications? Will you guard all our hopes, wishes and dreams? for they are all that we have, all that we are, and all that there is to inspire us. I will you? Then congratulations. We are the guardians of the world to be believed in, to nourish the flame of hope, and any racing fear we will chase and replace with courage, for the honour of life within and throughout. Thanks for listening, and thank you for taking time to act now by contributing to make one recognised communication system before the end of April 2014, as soon as you possibly can. I would like to celebrate with you now for finishing this enormous task by storytelling a superhero story I call Umbrella Woman 2013, followed by singing you a song called All the Stars. I playfully wrote about this. Umbrella Woman in 2013. It goes, Umbrella Woman, she's a mighty woman, with Umbrella Woman we'll fix it. Out from an old red telephone box, long forgotten. Oh. Grew an umbrella tree that wanted someone to visit his lovely red telephone box. And while he waited, he began to dream his greatest dreams. And then one day, when the glow sprinkled the land with yellow and neatly brushed the hairs on the leaves with an uplifting breeze, Belinda came walking along. Whoa, Belinda was an adventurer and she found the red telephone box. But when she went to open the door, as a gift, the umbrella tree and Belinda became Umbrella Woman, the power of dedication to attain mankind's greatest dreams. Umbrella Woman, she's a mighty woman, with Umbrella Woman we'll fix it. Yeah! And that's that one. And I have been informed that I should never sing this song to anyone by teenage children. However, I believe that, actually I know that young children love hearing this song being sung to them. So just so that you know the words, I will sing it to you anyway. And so all the teenage children, please close your ears. Okay, it goes, how's it going? Children, horses and tranquil trees. When I look up at all the stars in the Milky Way, I see you, and I just know straight away I truly love you, that I will guide you, and I will hold you until you can twinkle, twinkle bright on your arm. Anyway, I'm sure you could sing it better than that, and but thank you.